Thank you. Thank you.
I love this. Okay, y'all, calm down. Calm down.
Thank you.
You know, you gotta understand, Morris, today is Galentine's Day, so
Yes.
we really getting into the Galentine's Day.
Okay.
But
Okay.
I want to congratulate you because 2025, it just seems to be your year. It has kicked off in such a big way. You celebrated your birthday,
Yes.
okay?
Another one?
Celebrate your birthday. You got your new show, Watson, which is a hit.
Yes.
And you went to your first Golden Globes, and you got to dance with Taylor Swift, okay, at the Grammys.
So that's really my wife that's doing the dance. I'm doing the head now, but my wife is the one really
Your wife
dancing.
was dancing?
Yeah.
I love this for you. Is it, being 30 years plus in this business, do you still have these pinch me moments?
It's just really one of the reasons why I love being in the business because, there's a different thing almost every time. There's really no day is the same. And just to have everything happening, different things happening all at once, it's a good feeling.
It's a great feeling.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, women all over were outraged when we saw the influencer Kai Cenat. He didn't recognize you when you were on the red carpet. Y'all take a look. I'm still mad.
I know that guy. Who is that guy? The black guy with the beard, with the shiny black suit. Zoom it in. Black guy with the beard, with the shiny. Who is? I know him. He's like he be on like TV.
He said the black guy with the beard. He on TV. As one of the quasi-leaders of your fan club, I feel like I need to bend Kai over my knee. Like, what? How did you feel when you saw that?
Oh, no, it was just someone showed it to me later. It's all good. We've actually been in contact since. He's a really good kid.
Okay, y'all been in contact. You think you might do something with Kai, like a little collaboration?
Oh, man, I would love to. I don't want to tell you what he's talking about. I think he has a few aspirations I can help him with.
Okay, all right, there we go. This is the thing about you. Even though Kai didn't know your name, he knew who you were. And you actually you could tell you had made an impact in his life because he was so excited to see you. And so you just transcend generations, Morris.
Thank you.
How does it feel knowing that, all these people just love you? Especially, and we ain't gonna lie, the elephant in the room, that all these women love you.
Oh, no.
How that feel?
I don't really think of it that way. What I do think about, and I just want to say thank you to everyone, even in TV Land, for support all these years, because I just think back to when I was starting out and I just wanted, as an actor, no one knows who you are. You just want to be noticed for something so you can continue to get more work. But all the support throughout all these years allowed me to be here. So thank you to everybody.
But I gotta say, I think a lot of your sexy, Morris, comes from the fact, because we all know that you're married.
Yeah.
And it's the fact that you are such a devoted man to your wife, Pam.
Yeah.
And I think that the extra sexy.
Thank you.
So I want to shout it out. You and Pam are celebrating your 30th wedding anniversary this year. It is Valentine's Day. Do you have any plans with Pam?
No, we don't have any particular plans. I mean, we are gonna, go somewhere and hang out, but we really enjoy our company.
Really?
Yes.
No plans?
No, not really. I mean, we're gonna do something, but it's not major. Nothing major. It's not like we're not flying to the Eiffel Tower or something like that. It's nothing like that.
Me being single, you are dashing all of my dreams about what I think about. And I gotta ask, because Pam, your wife, is sitting here in the audience. Hey, Pam. Hey, Sherri. So, Pam, do you have anything planned with you and Morris?
We don't. We just really enjoy each other's time. Like, we really like staying home together.
You like staying home together?
I really like him.
Yeah.
You really like him? So do I. And I want to put this to you because Sabrina, Idris Elba's wife, she said that she calls Idris our husband. I want to know, is that something that you have thought of? Or, because I think, for me, 30 years, have you ever thought about sharing the wealth?
I'm not a sharer like that.
Let me tell you.
I love that you guys love him, though. I do. It makes me feel good, because he's great. He actually is a good guy, so I get it.
Okay, let me tell y'all, what I got. Y'all see the back of Pam's head? Pam was looking at me like, bitch, if you don't keep moving.
She's a little nervous with
Pam
the mic
was
in her
sitting
hand.
there. When I heard Pam, she said, I'm not a sharer. I love it, and I love Pam. And congratulations on 30 years, Mama. Congratulations. Morris, let me tell you something. You got the right one, baby. You did.
I know.
Oh, my gosh.
For sure.
And congratulations, because your new show, Watson, is a hit. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And I love it because I did not know this. You got your first billboard in Times Square.
Yeah, my first billboard by myself.
Billboard by yourself.
Yeah.
What was that moment like, Morris, when you saw yourself on the billboard?
It was incredible because, I mean, of course, there's so many people down there in New York. It's iconic Times Square, and just to see myself up there, it's like surreal. That's a pinch myself moment.
It was a pinch yourself moment.
Yes.
And that one, so you play John Watson.
Yes, Dr. John Watson.
So can you tell us about Dr. John Watson and what the show's about?
Sure. So it takes place within the Sherlock Holmes mythology.
Yes.
So the story opens up where Sherlock dies, and he gifts me a clinic to solve medical mysteries.
Okay.
Yes, medical mysteries. So, but we don't just solve it inside the hospital. We go outside as detectives,
yes,
and we gather up evidence, get clues and information to help solve the medical mystery. So we combine two different genres.
Yeah.
So inside the hospital, we're doctors. Outside the hospital, we're detectives. So together, we're doc-tectives. Yeah. So we combine both genres.
I like the doc-tectives.
Yes.
Okay. Now, Morris, we're going to watch this. Tomorrow is Valentine's Day, and women everywhere are dreaming about cuddling up to a man like you. Okay. So it's time. I got to play this game. I'm not even looking Pam's way. I'm going to put my hair in front of my face. I want to play this game called the Morris Code of Love. Okay? Morris, here's how it works. Now, all week long, we've been polling the women in our audience about the do's and don'ts of Valentine's Day. Okay. And you have to guess the most common answers.
Okay.
Okay, are you ready?
The most common answer.
The most common answer.
All right, here we go.
Right. Okay, so Morris, which is the worst gift for Valentine's Day? A generic gift card, B, a vacuum cleaner, or C, a stuffed animal?
A vacuum cleaner, for sure.
A vacuum cleaner?
Yeah, you
That's right.
don't want to give somebody a gift to do work.
Do not give us a gift to be doing work,
exactly.
All right? Now, what is the best spot for Valentine's Day dinner? Is it A, a fancy restaurant, B, cozy at home, or C, a picnic in the park?
I'm gonna say a fancy restaurant.
You got it, a fancy restaurant.
You can cook cozy at home after the restaurant.
That's right. You can do the picnic right in your own home. That's
exactly.
Right. Now, which flowers are perfect for Valentine's Day? A, pink lilies, B, red roses, or C, white carnations?
Red roses, I'll say.
Red roses, that's it.
Perfect.
I wish you would give me some white carnations. That means like friendship. Okay, so which movie makes you want to Netflix and chill, Morris? Is it A, When Harry Met Sally, B, Love Jones, or C, Pretty Woman?
Wow, all great movies.
Yes.
My wife she loves Pretty Woman.
She loves Pretty Woman?
Yeah.
That's what you would give her, Pretty Woman?
Is Love Jones?
Love Jones was the answer.
I love Love Jones, but my wife loves Pretty Woman.
Okay, so you going with your,
Yeah.
Happy wife, happy life. Now, which Hollywood heartthrob is the perfect Valentine? A, Morris Chestnut, B, Morris Chestnut, C, Morris Chestnut.
I'm gonna go with Idris Elba.
You gonna go with Idris Elba?
Yes.
Nope, let me tell you something. Idris Elba ain't got nothing on Morris Chestnut. Morris, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. Thank you always. Thank you so much.
Are you kidding me? No matter what you throw at my first guest, he stays cool under pressure. He's an Oscar nominee, a 3-time Emmy winner, and he didn't even break a sweat when we faced off in a spicy chicken wing challenge last season. Now he is starring in one of the hottest shows on TV, Paradise. Give it up for Sterling K. Brown. Come on. You know, it's so funny because most of the time when you're working, you're doing it in front of it's no audience in front of you when you're working, Shirley. So when you come out here and you see how much love you're getting, how does that make you feel?
I love the love. The love feels good. Thank you so much. And is there a memo? There's a lot of pink in the audience. There's a lot of pink on stage.
We like
Sisters look good in pink.
That's right.
I ain't mad at it.
Well, now that you're talking about sisters,
yes.
this sister, your wife, Ryan Michelle Bethay.
That's her name.
That's her name?
Yes.
And y'all look so good at the Oscars.
Thank you.
Look, I loved it because y'all had a video. You couldn't stop touching her. You couldn't stop touching her.
Yeah.
Like, how much fun did you have presenting at the Oscars?
It's a blast. Like, to be on that stage.
Yeah.
To see all these famous people that you've been watching your whole life do their thing, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's cool. Revo right down there in front. She sang me happy birthday one time.
She did.
Y'all, Cynthia Revo, and it's on my phone. I got it. It's really cool. It's as an actor, you dream of these sorts of moments.
Right.
And so hopefully, you know, one day even a moment of being able to go up there to like hold the little statue yourself, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But it's fun.
You're on your way.
It's cool.
Definitely, Shirley. Well, you know, I love it because we saw the front of Ryan's dress, how beautiful it was.
Yeah.
But you made sure that you posted this video
You
of
gotta
the
get the
back.
posterior chain, baby.
Look at this.
Come on now.
Take a look.
Come on. Bam, bam, pow. There it is. Get it. Get it. Go on now. Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Now, I love this. I don't know if you saw the quiet please
I did.
sign as you narrated.
It was before the show started, so
Yeah.
nothing was going on right there. But like, hey, that needed commentary. That needed the play-by-play.
Okay, I love your marriage, but you know, I wanted to say this because in honor of Mikey Madison, who won an Oscar for playing a sex worker in the film Honora.
Correct.
I wanted to get a retroactive Oscar.
Yes.
For, you know, because Ryan Michelle Bethay, we did a movie called One for the Money, and we played prostitutes.
Y'all walk the streets.
So we was walking, there's Ryan in her braids, there's me, and so I haven't talked to Ryan yet, but I want to get retroactive Oscars going for us. So I say, will you support our campaign?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Sisters. Let me tell you something about, you guys did the premiere for that movie here in New York. There was this Italian man who saw my wife in this movie. And you guys see, my wife is blessed.
Yes.
She has assets. This Italian man saw her and was like, oh, you're so, like he couldn't let go of her. He was like, oh, you're so, I was like, hey man, you need to let go of my wife. But he was cool. He was cool. He was excited. He was excited. You get excited.
You know what's so fun watching you is watching you and your wife do this thing together, do success together, because, you know, you're on your way to an EGOT. That is, we are manifesting that. But then also, Ryan talked about, because we talked about it on the show, back in the day, she got stuck in the parking garage at the NAACP Image Awards because she couldn't afford to pay the fee to get out.
Yeah.
And so now...
$10.
$10, and she was struggling.
She didn't have it.
She didn't have it, and now you both together, y'all won an NAACP Image Award for your podcast.
We did.
We Don't Always Agree.
Thank you.
So, watching it, this journey for y'all, it excites me, but how does it feel to be on this adventure together?
To be able to say we knew each other when she didn't have $10 to get out of a parking garage, right? When I used to live in a furnished room that cost $85 a week on 125th and 5th Avenue.
Oh, man.
To be in a place now where we have more than $10.
Thank you, Keith. I know that's right.
But that we get a chance to celebrate and prosper, not only financially, but artistically, doing something that we love and sharing it with the audience.
Yeah.
To God be the glory in all things. It's a blessing.
That's it.
It's a blessing.
That's it, Sterling.
Yes.
And now, watching you in Paradise, I know you and Ryan are close. You have some extremely sexy scenes in there. You even had a nude scene on Paradise. I want to know, what was that talk like with your wife? Did you clear that with her? Did you talk about?
You always have to prep the spouse for when skin is gonna be shown. And then you give them the option. I was like, listen, at the end of episode 3, something goes down.
Yes.
I need you to know this beforehand. If you choose to watch, I'm okay. If you choose not to watch, I'm okay. But you gotta give them the heads up.
Yes.
Because if they just wind up watching and be like, Sterling Brown, why are you all exposed to the world? Then I was like, oh, that's my bad. I should have told you.
Because not only that, when Sarah Shahidi touched them lips, and when you had that kiss with her, and then y'all was in the shower, then you lifted her up, then you were walking around. Like, I can't get the images out my head.
Let them live. Let them live.
They are
rent-free.
living. Oh my God.
Listen, the rule in the Brown house is act like you know what you're doing. Like, don't embarrass the family. For me, for my wife, don't get out in these streets and act like, oh, is that what you think you're supposed to look like? Do your job.
And did your job, you do. But like, okay, so Ryan got to see you. Has Ryan ever done a scene that made you squirm?
Child, please. This is why I have no compunction about this. A couple, like, when we first got married, I asked her, I said, who is your, like, celebrity crush? Who is it? She goes, Boris.
Okay.
Like, she didn't pause. Boris, boom. Boris
Karjo.
Right? Sherri, within 2 months, she was playing Boris's wife in a movie.
Oh.
All About Us, right?
Okay.
I was in Canada shooting Supernatural. And I hit her up on the phone. I said, how's the shoot going? She goes, going well. She said, listen, they had this sex scene that they added to the thing. I was like, oh, okay, cool. And so you gotta do this sex scene with Boris? And she's like, yeah. And so I've been told that I can't use the T word on daytime television. So I'm gonna say, oh, so you gotta have naked breast on his chest?
Yes.
And I use the 2-syllable T word, just for everybody to know. But I'm not allowed to use it on the screen.
We know.
You understand what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about. So I said, you're gonna have naked breasts on the chest. And she's like, no, I'm gonna use the Band-Aid. So if you ever have these scenes, sometimes you have these Band-Aids that you put on so you can have a little bit of,
like a modesty kind of deal.
Slightly. So I called her after the scene. I said, how'd it go? She goes, it went really well. He was so respectful, so cool, but it was really humid in the room. And I had a tough time keeping the Band-Aid. I was like,
she didn't have a Band-Aid.
You just wanted naked breast on Boris' chest, right? So, because of that, any other scene that Brown does, I'm like, man, I'm going for it. Like, we gonna do what we gonna do.
I love it. So now, okay, she had her naked bosoms on Boris.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, and she had a crush on Boris. Do Boris and Nicole Ari Parker know about this?
They absolutely do. As a matter of fact, we saw them Oscar night at the Gold Party, which is the party that Jay-Z and Beyonce throw and whatnot. Had a great time, and Nicole and I are looking for a project to do together. So we about to flip it.
Oh my gosh, Shirley. Let me catch my breath here.
Do it.
I love your opinion on this, and this is what I got to get your opinion on.
Go.
So Halle Berry and Adrian Brody, they recreated an Oscar kiss. When he won his Oscar, he kissed her, and so this time she recreated it in front of Adrian's girlfriend.
Yes.
Now, how would you and Ryan have handled that?
She ain't gonna do that to a black woman.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
If she did, that would be the last person that she kissed. Ryan and Michelle would have, there would be consequences and repercussions,
Even as well as I know Ryan, if I walked up to you and said to Ryan, I'm sorry, I gotta do this, and I grabbed you in a full-on kiss.
She'd stick her hand right in between our faces. Right in between. She's like, that's great, Sherri.
For 17 years at CNN, my first guest helped us make sense of the news. When he was suddenly let go last year, he became the headline. So he's opening up about that and more in his new book, I Once Was Lost, My Search for God in America. Please welcome my friend, Don Lemon.
Shepherd.
How are
I love
you?
I'm great.
I love you too. And
This could get in trouble because you know. It's like we're sitting in our living room
I
here.
know.
I have to remember I'm on TV.
This is how I like to see you. This is like the happy smiling,
Yeah.
like joyful. You're in such a great place in your life right now. You glow, and I love it.
Thank you, Sherri.
I
So
love
are
it.
you. Sherri, thank you, Sherri. I am so proud of you.
Thank you, Don.
I watch you and I'm like, you go, Sherri.
Oh,
you
Don,
go.
thank you so much.
This is quite different than being in, Joy Behar's living room.
I know. See, and that's like we've always like loved each other, but our friendship went to a new level because I stayed at Joy Behar's house for the weekend. What do you remember about that weekend?
You want me to tell all the truth?
Yeah, I guess you could tell the truth.
So you guys know Sherri is very talented. So I went over and they were doing a reading
Like a
in the living
reading.
room, like of a play. And it
Yes.
was you and Susie Essman and Joy.
Yes.
And
Oh my God.
Mario Cantone. Do you remember that?
Mario Cantone was there, yes.
So I go over and it was great. So we do that. And then all of a sudden, I'm like, it was like late at night. And I'm like, Sherri. I'm like, why is Sherri Shepherd FaceTiming me?
Yes.
And she-
I was in the pool swimming
Sherri
like
was-
at midnight. I like to go swimming at midnight.
She was in Joy Behar's pool, and not only was she was luxuriating, and then she was like, there's no food.
There's no food in Joy
Don,
Behar's
bring
house.
me some food.
Yeah, I know, because Joy never has food in her house. And I stayed there, and every time, and she never has food. So I wanted you to bring me some food.
Yes.
And and this is where our friendship went to another level over food. And this is what I love about you. You're so much fun, and you can call you anytime.
Yeah.
And I remember one Halloween, like you and
Oh
your
my
husband,
gosh.
Tim, you even dressed as Whoopi and Joy for Halloween.
I did.
Like, yeah, look at this. Look at this, y'all.
Oh my
Whoopi
God.
and Joy.
That's good, right? Is that good?
That's a good one.
That's good. But you know what? I was like, I never dressed up as a woman. What am I going to do? And then I realized when you're doing Whoopi, you're not really. Whoopi is Crocs, jeans, and a big white
So
shirt.
you're good.
I
doing
was
Whoopi.
good. Look
But
at
then
my Whoopi.
we saw you do Meghan Markle
Oh, my
and Prince
God.
Harry. That was even, and look, Vice President Harris and President Biden. You are good. Y'all are good. So, like, these look so good. Are you feeling pressure to come up with something to top the vice president and the president for next year?
I
for this
am.
Halloween?
Should I give it away what I'm thinking about?
What are you thinking about?
I can't tell you.
Oh, man,
By the way,
I'm not
Meghan
gonna spoil the
Markle.
surprise. Don't give it away.
Oh, okay. Meghan Markle didn't eat for like 2 weeks.
You didn't eat for 2 weeks to be Meghan Markle?
And I had to walk in heels. How do you do that?
Yeah, now you know how we feel.
Oh, my feet were hurting, and I thought I was going to fall down, and I was like, but it was fun. And we won an award. We went to Bette Midler's party,
really?
Halloween, and
Yeah.
we won an award for that outfit.
And you look so good
Yeah.
as Meghan and
Thank you.
Harry.
That was, I think, the funeral outfit, which was iconic.
That was the iconic outfit. You know what? I want to tell you what I think. Don't give away yours because I don't want you to spoil it.
All right.
But I think like Iman and the late great David Bowie.
Bowie, oh, that's
like
good.
David Bowie and Iman, or like what about Serena Williams and her husband Alexis Ohanian? That would be Serena. You got to walk in heels again, and it looked like you got to put a corset on. And that one's on.
Unless so, but yeah.
Yeah,
if it
so that
covers
works.
the heels. But they have to be instantly, the thing is they have to be instantly recognizable.
Yeah, you
Otherwise,
have to
people
recognize
go,
them.
who you are. Who are you?
Who are you? Okay, so I can't wait for this Halloween.
So
I will
don't
be
know.
lucky.
But you know, people interviewed me last year. We went down to the Village because there's no place like the Village on Halloween.
Yes.
So we went down to the Village, and people, they didn't
Yes,
even
it is.
realize until the next day when they saw my social. This guy was like, "I interviewed Don Lemon on my social media channel, and I had no idea
who you were.
who I was."
That's how good you are, Don. You're good playing drag.
Thank you.
You're good. You're good.
Makeup artist.
You're
though.
makeup artist.
Makeup artist is Armando is very good.
Okay, well, I love you for that, but I just have to say, your book, I Once Was Lost, I love this love letter that you have written to people in your family, and it's so good. And there was a point in there, you wrote about being let go from CNN, and you went back for your first interview at CNN. Now, I know when I was let go from The View and then I had to go back, it was very different for me when I walked in the door. So walking in CNN after being let go, how did you feel?
It was different. It was weird because usually I didn't need an ID. My face was my ID because if they didn't want to let me in, I'd say, "You see that picture right there?
Right there on the
That's
wall."
me." But then I had to, with security, and I had to go in or whatever. And so that was a little weird, but it was different. I mean, I felt like there was very little nostalgia, right? I wanted to be and see the people who I worked with,
Yeah.
but just being in the building for me was no big deal. But it was
Okay.
weird. But I was like, you know, here I am back. I got my own channel. I'm doing my own thing, and I
Yeah.
got my book, and yeah. And Aaron Burnett was just lovely, the lovely Aaron Burnett. So it was.
And
good.
everybody there was, how were they?
It
with
felt
you?
like home. How were they? I didn't see a lot of people.
Okay.
But they were great. It's like home. I mean,
Yeah.
well, I shouldn't say I didn't see a lot of people coming in, but when I was in the studio,
Mm-hmm.
people started coming in, and I'm like, oh, I got to go before I start crying because I
Yeah.
miss the people.
And we miss you. We really miss you.
Thank you so
on
much. Oh, thank you guys.
I just don't watch it.
Thank you.
I don't watch it as much.
You can
'cause I
watch
miss-
me, you know, on my YouTube channel.
No, I watch your YouTube channel. I watch you all the
Do you
time.
watch it? I do 10 a.m. I do a show, and it's Hot Topics. It doesn't compete with you because you're the big show.
No, but I do funny. But I'm gonna watch it because I didn't know. I'm gonna watch it
All
in the
right.
mornings because I love it.
It stays on all, you know, it lives when you're on YouTube.
Absolutely. So I'm a big fan of yours, period, regardless.
Thank
so
you.
I know.
That's my boo.
Now, you have, I Once Was Lost. You started writing this book way before you were let go. And what I love about it is you write about your faith and you write about your love of being, just your love of America. So, you know, tell me about that.
Well, it's like you, because I know you love America and I know you love God.
I do.
And
I
so,
do.
and that's why I think that we bond, because I wrote this book because of my love of country and my love of God, and how that helped me to become the person I am today, and
Yeah.
really to fight against toxic evangelical teachings that really sought to marginalize me, and as it does to other marginalized communities.
Yeah.
And I said, you know what, I have to write about it. But also, as you know, I had a crisis of faith
Yes.
after my sister died, and I don't want to get too
I know.
deep here, but you know, the Bible says question, question, question. So I started questioning, and in the questioning, it was like, you need to say what you have to say, because it's okay that you question, because at the end, I'm there, and you're gonna find me.
Absolutely.
That going deep helps you to
Yes.
find you.
God can handle your questions.
He can. He wants you to question.
He wants
him,
you to
because
question.
that makes your faith stronger.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He wants that. And I know that your faith played such a big part in you holding your family together, your family just being together, especially after you came out.
Yeah.
And after you came out, so what was that journey like after you came out with your family and your faith?
Well, it was so long ago. Look at the cute doggy. Oh my gosh.
You know.
It was so long ago, but it was tough because I had never told anyone. I didn't tell my mom I was 30 years old.
Until you were 30.
Until and I was breaking up with a partner, and I had never told her. I'd moved to New York. That was part of the reason, to be myself.
Yeah.
And to get away from, you know, sort of the racism down south in Louisiana. And I told my mom, and she was very strong. And I said, Mom, don't tell Dad. I'll tell him at my own time or whatever. And don't tell my sisters. I tell her, I start crying. She's really strong. And then I hang up 10 minutes later. She's like, you know, I told your dad that, and he was fine. He's like, I knew it was fine. And then I told your sisters. I'm like, Mom! But she's been my biggest supporter, and I don't know where I would be without my mother.
Yes.
She said, you're my child, and no matter what, I will always love you. And I wish everyone who was, you know, had something that they were hiding, or that they felt ashamed of, or maybe the Bible said that you're, you know, an abomination or whatever. I wish everyone had the support that I have of my family, because that's
Right.
what we need. We need the love of family and friends always.
But you know, it's so funny because you say, your mother said, you are my child and I will always love you. But that's how God is. You are my child and I will always love you. So it's nothing you can do to separate me from who you are, and I will always love you.
Thank you.
And I love it because you will be jogging and you listen to T.D. Jakes'
I do.
sermons while you're running. Okay, now we both know when T.D. Jakes start going, get ready, get ready, get ready.
Yeah.
Like, what do you do? Do you ever catch the Holy Ghost while you're running?
I do. The weird thing is, I think I met T.D. Jakes 3 times. Once I did a story on him. They asked me my mentor, and I was like, my mentor, T.D. Jakes is my mentor in my head, because I listen to him in my earbuds.
Right.
And so I will listen to a sermon, and I'll be jogging down the West Side Highway or whatever, and he'll say, look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, you don't have to believe in my dream. And I'll be running, and I'm running, and I'll go, hey, neighbor, you don't have to believe in my dream. And people are like, hey, neighbor, you don't have to believe in my dream. And I'll be screaming it. And you know you're loud with the headphones.
With the headphones on. I'm so glad you never screamed that at me while you're jogging.
I know.
Oh, my God.
But you'd be like, Don Lemon, you lost your mind.
I just love you. I would ask you though, what would you tell somebody who is just like, who's afraid to come to their parents? You know, because a lot of people use religion and who might be afraid to come to their parents and just come out and tell them their truth.
First of all, I think you need support from as many people as possible, and I think the public, all of you who are out there, everyone, you need to be supportive of people, especially if you're a person of color, if you're a woman, a member of a marginalized community. You should realize you shouldn't be discriminating or judging anyone. That may not be your thing, but don't judge, love. So I would say that to the folks, everyone who's in the sound of my voice. But I tell this story in the book, Sherri, about I met this man on a plane as I was writing the book, and he was a Jehovah's Witness, and his family ostracized him.
Yeah.
They disowned him.
They disfellowshipped him.
Yes. And so he told me that story, and he says, I went back to say hello to my mom, and she recognized me, but then I told her I was still gay and whatever, and she didn't want me to have anything to do with me. And I don't understand that as a person of faith, why you could do that to someone you love. You may not believe what they believe, but you have to love and support them because that's what Jesus would do.
Yes.
That's what Jesus did. He went amongst the people who were the least of these to support and love them. And so you should act like that. You should, mimic, do what Jesus would do.
And it says in the Bible, the greatest of these things is love. And I love you so much, Don
I love
Lemon.
you. Sherri, you're so good at this.
No.
You are so good at this. Oprah better look out.
Oh, no, Oprah already said she gave it to me. She gave me her thing. So we're good.
I'm joking. We love Oprah, but you're good. You're good.
Thank you.
I felt like
that
I was
means
just
a
in my
lot,
living room.
Don.
You're good.
Coming
you know why?
from you.
Let me tell you why you're good.
Why?
I know you got to go to the commercial break. You're good because you're not interviewing people. You're listening and you're having a conversation. You're a good conversationalist, and that makes a good talk show host.
That means so much. So I'm going to be good before I lose my talk show. Don Lemon, thank you so much for being here. Mwah. So congratulations. I mean, you've been a part of 7 Marvel movies. I mean, which is a feat in of itself.
Yeah.
But now you have earned your wings. Now you are Captain America.
Yes.
Which is so awesome, Anthony. So tell me, how did you find out that you were Captain America?
Funny story. Watching football, I was at Chris Evans' house. Chris Evans invited everybody over to his house when we were filming.
Captain America.
Because he was Captain America when we were filming Endgame. He was like, let's hang out at my house because he had this crazy house in Atlanta and watch football. So, of course, I get there early because I want the food to be warm. I want the libations to be cold. I don't want to show up late,
That's right.
So I want my seat. I want everything set up. So Chris comes to me. He goes, what do you think about the new pages?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I didn't get the new pages. You Captain America. So he jumps out, runs out to the other room, comes back and give me the pages, and I'm reading it. And the look of excitement on his face said everything. I mean, it was a great moment because where I'm from, when your boys win, you win.
That's right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And it's like, how apropos is Black History Month, Anthony, and you have made history as the first Black Captain America on screen. I don't know if that's a lot of pressure, but how do you feel?
I don't feel the pressure. I mean, I've been fortunate and blessed where I studied for 15 years before my first job. I've been in the business 24 years. And if I had got this job 10 years ago, even 5 years ago, I wouldn't have been ready.
There you go.
But preparation plus opportunity leads to success.
That's right. And you are so ready.
And I feel like I'm ready. I feel like I'm ready.
You know, and when I was watching the movie, I just kept getting excited. And I said to you, and it's not meant as anything a slur, but it's like in your doing nothing, everything is happening. Life is happening just with you being still.
Right.
Like you are actor. Yeah. Like you are actor. Like and it was so exciting. You are magnetic, is what I mean.
You. I appreciate
on the screen, Anthony.
Thank you.
And your co-star. You are working with one of the biggest stars in box office, and Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
Like to work To work with Harrison Ford, what was that like?
It was amazing. I mean, Harrison came to set, and because he talks like this, everybody thinks he's like this curmudgeon dude, right? But actually, he's so much fun. He's so down to earth. We had such a good time, and like we kind of bonded and became friends in a way. And he just gave me the game. He gave me so much game on set. And like one day we were moving from one set to the next, and this is vintage Harrison. We're walking, and he stops, and he looks back, and he goes, I love this. I love this too.
Oh, gosh.
Like, we're so lucky to be able to do what we love.
Yes.
And as long as he's been in the business, as many things as he's seen, as many ups as he's had, he still loves what he does.
And to be at that place.
Yeah.
And you have, oh my gosh, and you have Giancarlo Esposito working with you, Zosha Rockamore. Like, you got a dream cast.
It's really amazing. Everybody I asked for, literally, I wrote down a dream list. And Giancarlo, I've known him for over 20 years now because we were in the New York theater scene. So I was like, let's check and see if Esposito available. And he was available. And he came in and knocked it out the park.
He did not come to play.
Nah, he was going after the crown. I had to shut him down. He was going after the crown. I was like, you ain't gonna show up and show out now. Come on.
So Anthony, I mean, it was so good. I can't wait to take my son Jeffrey so we can see it together. Cause
that boy 30 years old. How you get? What? Stop calling.
What did I say?
A grown man. You act like you got him in the little carrier. He's sitting.
I am a mother. That is my baby.
I know that boy is sitting at home. Mom, stop.
Well, let me just ask you this. It ain't gonna stop nothing you trying to do, right? All right, that's okay.
Look, I'll get him a ticket.
Okay, so I'm gonna tell you, it's not every day. It is not every day that we have a superhero here. So I thought it would be fun if I could ask you to assemble your team of Avengers.
Okay.
Okay, so if you were to assemble your team of Avengers, who would you put on your team?
Well, all of them for very specific reasons.
Okay.
One of my favorites, I guess, would be Rachel Ray.
Now, why Rachel Ray? Interesting.
Because, first of all, she was like, I loved her, like her whole style of cooking and everything. But most people, when they're mad, they're just hungry.
Okay.
Right? So her superpower is dishing in pots. So she hit you with that pasta, she hit you with that ricotta.
Okay.
You good, you need a nap.
And she put that Evo, the extra virgin olive oil on there.
Yeah, you gonna take a nap.
And she could do it in 30 minutes or less.
30 minutes or less.
There
Look
you
at
go
that.
with Rachel Ray.
Stop every fight.
Okay.
My second would be Barack Obama.
Barack Obama?
Yeah.
And?
Yeah, my second would be Barack Obama, because Obama just so cool. Like,
Yes, he is.
the aliens will come in there and go, damn. Man, I want to sit down and chill with Barack Obama.
Okay.
So they can't fight because they're chilling with Barack.
They chilling.
Right? So next would be the Incredible Hulk.
The Incredible Hulk.
When I was a kid, the Hulk was my favorite cartoon character.
Yes.
Lou Ferrigno kind of was amazing to me because of the size and the stature of the man he was. And so there's a special relationship between, my barber's name is Wade. From New Orleans, right? I've known him since I was 7 years old, and he held down the hood his entire life, right?
Yeah.
So it would be my barber from New Orleans.
So it would be your barber from New Orleans would be the Incredible Hulk. Okay, that's Cedric the Entertainer.
Well, I don't know. Another thing about a hood barber, you don't know if the Fed's after him or not. So I ain't no snitch. I ain't gonna put his picture up there.
Okay.
I don't know.
We don't know if Wade
is from the 7 one.
Okay.
I don't know.
We'll say Wade, but we're gonna put Cedric the Entertainer's picture up there as a barber. Anthony, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate it. I am so excited, y'all. Captain America, Brave New World. It hits theaters today. And when I tell you this movie's so doggone good, and thanks to our friends at IMAX, everybody in the studio audience, y'all getting 2 tickets to experience Captain America
made me so happy.
Look at that, I know they dancing. Y'all, this is it. 2 tickets. And I don't know if I'm gonna take my baby, but I can take another baby. I'm telling you. Shoot. I got 2 tickets, Anthony. So if you want to experience it in IMAX, up close and personal, I got you.
You know they got 4D now.
Okay, they have 4D?
I ain't gonna tell you what that extra D is.
Okay. 4Ds. Ain't nobody ever said double Ds will always get you everywhere. So give it up for my friend, Terry Crews.
Yes, the energy. I love this.
Terry.
Damn.
You know what? You know what I love about you? No matter where you go, you exude joy.
Yes.
It emanates from every crevice and pore. No matter where I see you, what function, even I've seen you many times at the airport where everybody's dead tired, and this is Terry.
We get to fly away.
Okay.
Let's go,
even in Carousel 5, you're just grinning. Like, where does the joy come from?
Listen, it comes from gratitude. First of all, we still here, Sherri.
I know.
You know what I mean? We are here.
I know.
And we are doing, like I said, I see you in the airport. That means we working.
That
means we flying to some place to get some money. You know, I'm like, man, you got to afford that ticket. You know? And I'm so, so thankful just to be in this business, to be doing what I love. You got to understand, I'm from Flint, Michigan, and Hollywood in Flint, Michigan was like Mars.
Yes.
And I was like, I want to go to Hollywood. They was like, you going to Mars? You gonna go to, no, man, you can't fly to Mars. And I was like, wait, and now to be here.
Absolutely.
And to actually
and
be here and in it.
Yes.
It's like, people are, he went to Mars. This Negro went to Mars. I love it.
He actually went to Mars. Oh my God, I want to congratulate you not only on just your success, but I love Everybody Hates Chris, and now everybody still hates Chris. It's coming back.
Can you believe it?
In animated form. Like, how excited is it to play Chris Rock's dad again?
Listen, who gets this, bro? Okay, it's me. I get it, because what's so crazy is we did 4 seasons.
Yeah.
And we had more to tell. When we got canceled, it was the shock of a lifetime, because people loved the show back then.
Absolutely.
And we got canceled, and I was like, oh, and what happens is you have to mourn these characters. They're like real people.
Yeah.
And so me playing Chris Rock's dad, Julius, I had to like lay him to rest. And I was like, oh man. And then 20 years went by, y'all. 20 years. And all of a sudden you're like, oh man, it's over, it's gone. But it became a hit because people kept watching it over them 20 years.
Yes.
And wait, you gotta understand, it was like Julius came back and knocked on my door and said, I'm alive, y'all. And I was like, I get to do this again?
Yeah.
And I said, then I said, wait, I can't do this without Tashina. And I had to make
Arnold.
sure that me and Tashina were back. There's no way I could do it without her. And oh my God, we got the originals back. We got so many amazing stars back. And we have great new voices that play the kids, because Tyler James Williams is a superstar right now.
Yeah, he's a superstar now, yes.
And I'm just, listen, man, I am so grateful. Like, wow, to actually get another chance to keep the show going, because it picks up right where it left off.
Okay,
the last,
right, it was a big scene. Okay, and it keeps
It's not a reboot, it's a sequel.
I love this for you. I so love this for you, Terry. And it's so funny because Tashina Arnold in the original Everybody Hates Chris, she actually coached you through your first kissing scene, huh?
Yeah, well, you gotta understand, I'm an old football player. I'm like, what's going on, what? She's like, Terry. She taught me how to act. Because she was raised in the business. You know, I didn't start acting until I was 30, so I didn't know what I was doing. And I remember we had a love scene, like we got a kissing scene. I was like, oh man, I gotta kiss another woman. What does my wife think? And I hope how's my breath? Oh Lord. And she was like, Terry, just calm down. Just calm down. And I'll show you how to do this.
And she coached.
She was my coach. She was the best. Listen, first of all, you're only as good as the people you work with.
That's right.
100%.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And that's the thing. And Tashina was the best.
Yeah.
And it made me look amazing. You know what I mean?
You know, it's so funny because people don't understand kissing scenes if you've never done them before. They're really hard to do.
It's awkward.
And my first kissing scene, Terry, was Dondre Whitfield in my show Less Than Perfect. I had a sitcom called Less Than Perfect, and Dondre Whitfield was my first kissing scene. And here's the thing, it was only supposed to last 3 seconds. Everybody had went home, we was still kissing. I was still kissing Dondre.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was before he was married to Sally Richardson.
See, that's a good...
I think I'm the reason they came up with intimacy coaches. I would let him go. Dondre Whitfield got the. I know he American.
They didn't have that back then when we was doing it. You know, you gotta be careful where the hands go.
Did we kiss in our? We were in a movie called Who's Your Caddy?
Yes.
And he played. Terry played my boyfriend out of prison. Did we ever kiss and sing?
We didn't kiss, but we was dancing on the floor, and you was backing it up on me. Like,
I was backing it up on me.
I was like, oh.
I gotta do different stuff with my co-stars. Neil, you know what? This was a funny movie. You co-starred with David Bautista in the new movie, The Killer's Game.
Yes.
It was a. Did you have fun working with Dave Bautista?
Dave is the best. He's the best. You know, again, we both, athletes, now turned actors. And The Killer's Game is an action comedy where we literally have an app where you pick, it's like Uber for killers, you know what I mean? And so, but it was so much fun because I'm in the action genre. I'm built for action, right?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Sure are.
But I love comedy as well, and it was a mix of both things.
And that's beautiful. What it was, because he thought he was gonna die, so he wanted somebody to kill him. So he put out a hit on himself, then he found out he wasn't dying.
Exactly.
And you wanted to kill him.
And I gotta kill him. But the good thing is, I didn't die in the movie, so we already talking about sequels. I love sequels.
That's what I like.
Let's bring it back.
Terry Crews cannot die.
No.
Now, Terry, in our Hot Topics, I was telling women that we lose our men during NFL season. Okay, you got to give us advice because you are a football player. You're a retired football player.
Yes.
Like, so how do we get our men back during football season? Is there anything we can do?
What you need to do is sit your man down and say, baby, listen. And what you have to do is get a DVR, record Sports Center. And tell them, like, and what, it's because Sports Center is only an hour, maybe an hour and a half.
Okay.
And that's it.
All right.
And then you no 4-hour games, no 7-hour games.
Yeah.
You watch Sports Center and you don't miss one thing that's worth watching.
Okay.
And you say, baby, I'm going to put the Sports Center on for you. I'm going to get you something to drink and the whole thing. And let them watch Sports Center. And you're like, now do what I say. You watch the whole NFL. You watched everything, so now you got to do what I'm telling you.
I like that advice. And I know, one thing, advice I don't know if you're still giving because you're a parent, but all of your kids are out of the house. Like, you're an empty nester now. How you feeling? Look, all of the kids are grown.
Oh, they're grown.
They all grown.
My wife and I, we've been married 35 years.
35 years.
35 lovely years. 5 beautiful kids, 1 grandbaby, and they're all out of the house. We're empty nesters now. We were doing some like renovations on our bathroom, so I had to sleep in my son's room.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget, I'm getting in his bed and I'm looking and I'm like, what's this? And it's a blanket. It's his Thomas the Tank Engine blanket.
Yeah.
From when he was 2, and I went, and it shocked, wait, I'm telling you, it shocked me, because it was like yesterday.
Yeah.
I mean, don't forget his blanket. I used to say that, like, he gotta get his blanket. Yeah. And I remember holding him like this, and I was like, that was that was 19 years ago. It blew my mind.
Did you cry, Terry?
I did. I feel weepy now because I held it and I went, he's gone. And it hit me so hard. But I am so happy because he's living his life now.
Yes.
We did it. That's the job. The job is to get him alive, keep them alive so they can go on their own.
Yes.
And we did this. And my wife is like the best mom in the world.
Oh my gosh. And you are. Now she's able, she put a lot on hold for the family. Yes. So is she now able to live out her dream?
First of all, she is now opening her store, Rebecca Cruz, in LA, literally this week.
Congratulations.
She's got her own clothing line, makeup, the whole thing. Rebecca is all about her now. You know what I mean? And and what she wants to do.
Oh, I love it. So now you can sit back and let your woman.
That's right. I'm trying to get paid. I'm trying to get paid.
sees you peck your pops, does it turn her on like it used to when y'all
no,
first?
she's like, where the check, man? She said, pop the peck and hand the check.
Please welcome Damon Wayans Jr. Oh, Damon. Look at this man.
Looking gorgeous.
Thank you so much. I'm very, all right, yeah. I have to say, I'm very excited you're here. I'm such a fan of yours. And I've known your dad.
Likewise.
Thank you. I've known your dads and your uncles for a long time. But I know everybody tells you this, Damon. You are the spitting image of your father.
That's...
Like, but at the beginning, I know a lot of people, like, they don't want to live in the shadow of their parent and they want to make their own way. At the beginning of your career, did you lean on the name or did you try to do something different?
Well, for my stand-up, I tried to do something different.
Okay.
I had an alias. It was Kyle Green.
Kyle Green.
So it was my middle name and then my grandma's maiden name, my dad's mom's maiden name.
Yeah.
And I used to try and go on stage, you know, just to kind of get my own bearings, you know?
Yeah.
And I'd be on stage as Kyle Green doing my stand-up, and like halfway through my set, there was always somebody be like, "You look just like your damn daddy."
Did I tell you about black people at a club, y'all?
That ain't your real name. Let me finish my joke.
So I love this because you literally, the Wayans family is a comedy dynasty. That's what you are. Let's make it perfectly clear.
That. Dynasty.
You are all. We had Damon on, and Marlon.
did?
Excuse
Oh, yeah,
me.
Marlon,
and
yeah.
we
so
talked
many.
about that. It's so many of y'all. It really is.
I understand.
I just want to know. I got to get into your mind when all of the Wayans get together. For any kind of holiday or whatever y'all, is it really competitive as far as who's the funniest?
Competitive? I mean, that's just like, it's like jousting, you know what I mean? Like, we're always doing jokes. That's how we talk, right?
Really?
So we'll meet up, and then there's always one person that's like on fire,
Okay.
right? And so we'll be like, we're doing jokes, everybody's doing jokes, and then you'll realize like, oh, it's Sean's day today, right?
Okay.
So let Sean just go.
Right.
So we just, we'll back off and be like, oh, he's got the juice right now. And then the next day it'll be somebody else will have the juice.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh
it's
my
really
gosh.
fun.
Tell Shantae I said hey.
Oh my
Your
gosh.
cousin,
yes.
Oh my gosh.
Shout out to Shantae, that's my cousin.
And who's an amazing stand-up comic.
Amazing stand-up comedian.
Like all of you, everybody in the family
Yeah.
is so talented and so super gifted. Now you've been married to your wife Samara for 8 years.
Yes.
Congratulations,
Thank
8 years. Go ahead.
Thank you.
Go ahead. I gotta say, this has got to be intimidating for a new family member to come into the Wayans family. Was it hard for her?
No, because her family's crazy too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We got a crazy family, man. And so, yeah, they're just as goofy. They make jokes all the time about people. Like, they roasted me the first time they met me. And
Oh, really?
Yeah, I roasted them back. It was great. Yeah.
You know, it's funny because, like you said, her family's crazy, your family's crazy, and another thing, like y'all have 6 kids. It's a lot. It's a lot of. When I say
Yeah, I
you
got
want
a
to
lot of
carry up
kids. Yeah,
6 children,
I got a biblical amount of children.
you are going to. The Wayans is going to carry on their name with
Yeah.
all of the kids in the family.
Yeah.
So you are holding it down with your 6. I gotta know, Damon, do you do the negotiating, the gentle parenting that's the trend now with the kids?
I mean, yeah, I'm kind of a softie, especially with my daughters. It's kind of hard for me to discipline them because they're just so cute. You know what I mean? Like when you just look them in the face, you look like a little baby still. To me, like no matter how old they get. So yeah, I mean, I'm kind of I'm the fun dad.
You're the fun dad?
Yeah.
Okay, so what about now? How old are your daughters?
My daughter. I mean, I got a lot of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's around the age of.
So my oldest is 21.
Okay.
Yeah, I had her when I was 20, and then my youngest is 4.
And your youngest is 4.
Yeah.
Okay, so the 21-year-old.
21-year-old.
Have the guys started coming around? Because are you the softie then?
I'm not the softie then. I am. I'm very territorial when it comes to my babies.
Yes.
So, I give the guys a hard time.
You give them a hard time.
Yeah, they're afraid of me.
Now, I know your family is close, but I heard that it almost got a little too close. Did your father...
Wait a minute, that's sounding weird.
It's the way I'll be articulating. Now, y'all close, but I heard that your father wanted to move, like, across the street from you.
Yeah.
Is that true?
That's true. So, you know, he was having a little empty nest syndrome, and he wanted to be around, you know, my family and my kids. And so there was a house that was across the street that was vacant, and he was gonna take it. And he went and he looked, and we went with him, my wife and, you know, my kids went with him. And my wife kept going, okay, when you're bad, we're sending all of you guys to Papa's house. So you're going to Papa's house. You're going to Papa's. And I could see in my dad's eyes, he was getting anxiety. Like, I don't want all these kids in my damn house. And so he didn't get the house.
He didn't get the house. He said he was done raising the kids.
Yes, but it inspired the show. And that's kind of what the show is about.
Well, actually, this is what I wanted to congratulate you on, because you are co-starring with your father in this new comedy, Papa's House. So, like, you guys have worked together before, but now you are co-starring. You're like on an equal footing with your father.
Equal?
Okay. So it's not equal.
I mean, he's my daddy, no matter what.
I know. But I was just gonna ask
That's
you,
why I'm here by myself. He was like, go promote it in New York alone. I was like, all right.
So he told you to come by yourself. That's what I wanted, because see, I work for your dad on my wife and kids. So I want to know, working with your dad, how is he to work with?
Oh, he's great. You know, he's very collaborative. He's very funny. If you make him laugh, you'll put him in a great mood for the whole day.
Okay.
Or if he makes you laugh really hard, he's in a great mood for the whole day. So all you gotta do is just make him laugh.
Okay, that's a lot of pressure to come in every day, even if you're in a bad mood, Damon.
Yeah, just be like, hey, Daddy. That's how I used to get out of spankings, though. Like, if you made him laugh, you get out of a spanking.
Really? And what did you do to get out of a spanking with your father?
I don't really want to talk about it, but... But yeah, it just make him laugh, you know, and you wouldn't get disciplined.
I love that. Now, you two, y'all aren't the only Wayanses on the set. This is what I love about y'all.
So many Wayans.
Because everybody's so talented in your family. So you in the writer's room, you got 12, 13 writers in your writer's room. But it also includes your daughter in the writing room, your sister Kim. And Kim, shout out to Kim Wayans.
Shout out to Aunt Kim.
I keep thinking of different Wayanses. I gotta say.
She's writing on the show and she's directing.
And she's directing on the show.
She directed the last episode we just did. So
really,
she's
amazing.
A titan. That's what she is.
She absolutely is. And now your daughter.
Uncle Sean in the writer's room. We have my brother Michael in the writer's room. Little Keenan, my Uncle Keenan's son, is in the writer's room. So funny. And it's not just all Wayans, but it might sound like that.
Well, because it sounds like you planning on taking over Hollywood once again.
Hey, man, we'll do it if we can, you know. Yeah, and my daughter's writing now. She's also the stand-in for Essence Atkins, by the way. Shout out to Essence Atkins. She's her stand-in, so.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So everybody, it just seems like you named every Wayans.
There's I mean, there's so many more, but.
Okay.
You know.
I love this about you. You were recently on the Hot Ones Versus.
Oh, yes.
You were promoting Papa's House.
Oh.
Now, you were eating so much hot chicken. How messed up is your stomach after eating all those hot wings, Damon?
So I was just nibbling, right? Because I knew what was gonna happen. And my co-star, the guy who was on it with me, Max Greenfield, he was on The Neighborhood, by the way. He was eating the whole things. So I might have lost the battle, but I won the war. Like, that dude, he hit me up 2 days later on the toilet like, it's like lava coming out. It's like knives made of lava. And
What was going through your mind? Like, I'm looking at this picture and I'm looking at your face.
I need a sip of water.
Heck yeah. It looks like a lot of tension lines in your face.
Oh, man.
So when you were doing it, what was going through your mind?
You know, like, you think on that show, they have, like, it starts off, like, a little mild and then it goes
hotter.
But on this episode, they were all hot.
Oh, my gosh.
So that was me first biting into it. Like, just like, what the? I got mad. I was, like, looking at the camera people. I was like, who did this to me? You know? It was so hot. Like, you know when it's like you can't even taste the flavor?
Exactly.
It was that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Do you regret going on it, or would you?
100%.
I was gonna ask, boy.
I would never, ever go on
Damon, thank you so much for coming by. I'm so glad you listened to your daddy.